I never thought I'd be the one spilling my guts on here, but here goes, because if I don't get this out, I might just implode. It started with a phone call that flipped my world upside down, not from some mysterious woman, but from my own doctor, telling me the fertility tests came back and it wasn't me. Why? My hands shook as I hung up, staring at the kitchen counter where we'd argued about kids just last week. He wanted them so bad, or so he said. I paced the living room, heart pounding. Why hide it? Was he ashamed, or was there more? That night, he came home late, smelling like cheap coffee and stress. I confronted him over dinner. He denied it at first, then broke down, admitting he'd been scared. But his eyes darted away too much. I let it slide, but doubt crept in. Days turned into weeks. He started working longer hours at the office. I'd call, and his voice sounded distant. One evening, I found a receipt in his pocket for a hotel room downtown. Not extravagant, just a mid-range place. He said it was for a client meeting that ran late. I nodded, but inside, alarms blared. Recovered them. They were from a fertility clinic, but not the one we used. Appointments for sperm donation. What? He was donating while telling me we couldn't have kids? My mind raced. Was he building a secret family elsewhere? I followed him one day after work. He drove to a quiet suburb, parked outside a small house. A woman answered the door. Tall, brunette, holding a toddler. My stomach dropped, but he didn't go in. They talked on the porch. He handed her an envelope. She hugged him briefly. He left. I sat in my car, tears streaming. Who was she? I dug online, using public records. She was a single mom, no connection I could find. That night, I pretended everything was fine. We watched TV. He fell asleep on the couch. I slipped out, drove back to that house. Knocked. She opened, surprised. I blurted out who I was. Her face paled. She invited me in. Over tea, she told me the truth. He'd been helping her financially for years. The toddler? Not his. But the envelope? Child support? No, it was for her medical bills. She had cancer. Remission now, but he'd been her anonymous donor years ago, before we met. Wait, donor? Sperm donor? My head spun. She explained. They'd connected through a support group after she got pregnant via donation. He felt responsible somehow. Kept it secret from me because he didn't want me to know about his fertility issues back then. But why hide it now? She hesitated. Said he'd been visiting more lately because she relapsed, needed help. But there was something off in her eyes. I pressed. She admitted they'd slept together once, years ago, after a group meeting. An old fling? He never mentioned. I left, mind reeling, confronted him that night. He admitted the affair, swore it was one time, ancient history. But why the secrecy now? He broke down. The kid might be his after all. Recent tests suggested the donation matched. What? The clinic mix-up? No, she lied about the tests. He suspected, was getting proof. My world tilted. Was he a father already? And hiding it? We argued till dawn. He swore he'd tell me everything soon. But as he left for work, his phone buzzed. I glanced. A text from her. We need to talk. It's urgent. Cliffhanger there, but it gets worse. I decided to play detective more, hired a PI with savings he didn't know about. Waited. Reports came in. He wasn't just visiting her. There were other stops. A coffee shop where he met an older man. Exchanged documents. Who? Specializing in adoptions. Adoptions? My heart sank. Was he planning to adopt the kid behind my back, or something else? I confronted the lawyer, pretending to be a client. He stonewalled but slipped that it involved paternity suits. Paternity? Against him? Or for him? I tailed him myself one night. He went to a bar. Met a woman, not the brunette. Blonde, professional looking. They talked intensely. She handed him papers. He signed. They parted with a handshake. No kiss. Business? I snapped photos, showed the PI. She was a private investigator herself. What? He hired his own PI? Why? To investigate me. Paranoia hit. Had he suspected something on my end? No, couldn't be. Our marriage was solid, or so I thought. But then I remembered my own secret. Years ago, before marriage, I had a brief fling at a conference. Nothing serious. But lately, that guy emailed me. Old friend now, innocent chats. But maybe he saw? No. The PI report on his PI came back. He was investigating the brunette. Suspected she was scamming him, claiming the kid was his to get money. DNA tests pending. Relief? But why the lawyer? To sue her or protect himself? I relaxed a bit. Told him I knew. He confessed the donation was anonymous, but she tracked him down. Demanded support. He paid to keep quiet, fearing it hurt us. But now, with our fertility issues, he wanted truth. We hugged. Crisis averted? Not quite. That night, the brunette called me. Hysterical. Said he was lying. The kid was his. She had proof. Sent photos. The toddler looked just like him as a baby. My blood froze. Was it true? I demanded he take a test. He agreed. Results day came. We sat in the clinic. Dr. Reed, not a match. Relief flooded, but then the doctor added, however, there's something unusual. Your husband's sperm count is normal now. What? Earlier tests said low. He paled. Admitted he'd been taking meds secretly to boost it. Hiding because he felt emasculated. But why? Pride? We left, stronger. Threatened to go public. We got a restraining order. Life normalized. Until one morning, I found a pregnancy test in the trash. Positive. But I hadn't taken one. Whose was it? His phone rang. Unknown number, I answered. A woman's voice. Is he there? Tell him the baby's his. Who? Not the brunette. A new voice. My hands trembled as I hung up. Confrontation time again. He denied. Said it was a prank, but the test. He stared blank. Then realization hit. Wait, you think, no. But his eyes lied. I stormed out. Drove aimlessly. Ended up at the hotel from the receipt. Checked in under fake name, sat in the room, thinking, phone buzzed. Text from him, come home, explain. I ignored. Hours later, knock on door. How did he find me? Opened. It was him. With the blonde PI. Staged, proof in hand, we laughed nervously, hugged. But as we drove home, I noticed his hand on her knee briefly. Wait, what? No, imagination, or was it? Doubt lingered. Months passed. We tried for a baby naturally. Success. Pregnant. Joy. But during ultrasound, doctor frowned. Twins. Great. But then, one seems older by weeks. Impossible. Unless, fertility treatments? But we didn't. He looked guilty. Admitted, before telling me about his issues, he froze sperm. Used it secretly with a surrogate? No. The blonde. She was the surrogate. What? He arranged it behind my back, thinking I'd be happy with a baby. Betrayal hit like a truck. The PI was actually the surrogate agency rep. The lawyer for contracts, all hidden, I screamed. Left him, filed for divorce. But twist, during proceedings, discovered I wasn't pregnant with his kid. Wait, how? The positive test was mine, but ultrasound showed dates wrong. Turns out I had my own secret. That old fling? We reconnected briefly months ago. Stressed from his lies, I slipped. Once. The twins? One his, one not? No. Tests showed both mine from IVF. Confusion. Actually, the doctor misread. All normal. But the seed of doubt ruined us. He moved out. I kept the house. Raised the kid alone? Wait, no pregnancy after all. False positive. Stress induced. We reconciled tentatively. Therapy. But then, the real cliffhanger, one night, checking mail, found a letter from a lab. DNA results for him and the toddler. Positive match. He was the father. He'd lied about the test. Paid off the clinic. My world shattered again. What now? I confronted. He confessed. Yes, the kid was his from the donation. But anonymous gone wrong. He wanted to be involved, but feared losing me. The surrogate thing was a cover for visits. No, wait. The blonde was his sister? No names, but family. Twist. The brunette was his ex, from college. The affair wasn't one time, ongoing. No, ended long ago. But the kid connected them. He paid to keep her quiet. But now, with our child on the way, no, false. Wait, I was pregnant for real now, from him, but trust gone. I left for good, moved to another state, started over. But months later, he showed up at my door, with the toddler. Said the brunette died, cancer back. Left the kid to him in will. Now what? Raise together, or alone? I let him in. We talked, decided to try. But then, going through her things, found diaries. Revealed, the kid wasn't his. She faked the DNA, scammed him for years. Relief? But why? Revenge for the old breakup. He dumped her harshly. My sympathy waned, but we bonded over the mess, adopted the kid legally, family now. Twists kept coming. One day, the old fling contacted me. Said he knew about the slip, threatened to tell. Blackmail? I told my husband. He laughed. That's my buddy, Prank. What? They knew each other? From work. Set up to test my loyalty? No. And just when you think it's over, another call comes. Like today, doctor again. The fertility was never the issue. It was something else. What? Poison traces in his system. Flow acting. Who? Me? No. The brunette? From beyond grave? Or the sister blonde? Investigation starts. Police involved. Turns out the lawyer was in on it. Ponzi scheme with donations. Mind blown. We're fugitives now? No. Cleared. But the real betrayer? His best friend. Jealous. Spiked drinks. For insurance money? Partnership. Arrested. Peace finally. Or is it? Kid asks about mom. We tell truth-ish, life stable, but phone rings, unknown. I know what you did. Who? The fling? Or new threat? Hang up. Block. But paranoia remains. And never. That's my story, Reddit. Advice? And it keeps going because last week I found lipstick on his collar. Again. Cycle restarts? Or innocent? You decide. But wait, the lipstick? Mine, forgotten, laugh it off. But then a package arrives. Photos of him with another woman, recent. Who sent? The friend from jail. Revenge. I confront. He denies. Photos fake, deepfake. Tech guy friend checks. Real. Betrayal final. Divorce for real. But twist, the woman. Me. Old photos edited. Stalker? The brunette's sister. Obsessed. Arrested. We move on. Stronger. Kid thrives. Second child born. Happiness. But always watching. Trust earned daily. That's it, or is it? Cliffhanger forever. I woke up one morning to an empty bed, his side cold note on the pillow saying, I can't do this anymore. But that's not the end, because as I crumpled it, the door opened, and he, no, just anxiety. Meds helped, life smoothed, business boomed, he got promotion, kids excelled, vacation planned, beach. But at airport, security pulled him aside, searched bag, foe. No, his boss. Affair with boss, wait. Boss male twist, he was by, hidden, the women covers, mind blown, confronted. He denied, but evidence mounted. Texts recovered, meetings, The honeymoon was blissful at first. Beach walks, intimate nights. But the call echoed. I checked his phone habitually, nothing. But my own guilt surfaced. Told him about the SCU. Confronted, he said no. Meeting for advice on kid, but why secret, trust waivers, investigated. Therapist licensed revoked, unethical, but no affair proof, dropped, but tension, bus. No, his stuff, letters from brunette, love notes, recent dates. Forged, or real, he said old, but postmarks new, ghost. Sister again, obsessed, police, but she alibied. Then who, deep dive hired pired, found forger his buddy from work, jealous promotion, arrested, peace, kids adjust, family therapy. Or scam, investigate ongoing, Reddit. That's my roller coaster, believe it or not. Years later, the paternity suit turned out to be a mix-up, wrong guy. But it stirred old wounds. We laughed eventually. Kids grew, teen drama, but solid. Business expanded. He T. Called, he said colleague, business, believe, but flew there, surprised, indeed meeting no affair, but why hide? Wanted independence, fair but trust tested, home, disgust bow. Or plot, confront, innocent, love wins, wedding beautiful but during reception, toast from him, emotional, then collapses, heart issue, hospital, survives, changes life, closer, and, or real, delete, but doubt plants end. No, story continues daily. That's marriage, Reddit, raw and real.